Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Rewind That. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, today we're going to be going over the latest episode of The Oval, Season 2, episode number 17, called Body Parts. Okay, the episode starts off where we left off, and of course Donald wants to know what the heck Lily is doing at the site. Then he tells her that if she's looking for him, meaning Bobby, he's dead. Then Lily tells Don that she thinks she's going to be sick, so he tells her to go wait in the car. Meanwhile, Hunter is just being, ridiculous, right? And he continues to show how stupid he is, guys. He thinks that he's impressing Ellie, but she thinks it's just sick. So when they get back in the limo, she tells him that he's supposed to show some kind of respect for this sort of thing, right? She tells him that even if the people that he killed were bad, he can't just gloat about it and be so cold. Then Hunter tells her that if he wanted to ride with a bee, he would have invited his wife. So for me, even though I don't like Ellie, it was nice to see that she has a heart, and recognizes when she's dealing with a sick person, okay? Because this episode right here, guys, just confirmed exactly where creepy Jason gets his sickness from. The only difference, in my opinion, is that Hunter uses his power to satisfy the sickness, so it doesn't come off as perverted, but it's still creepy, especially because he's sadistic with it, right? He's peeing on these women and things like that. So it's just, it's just disgusting. And also wanting to see body parts after ordering a drone strike is another thing that tells us that this guy, Hunter, is a psycho, He has no remorse or anything for what he's done. And I just hope that this caused Ellie to make up her mind about Hunter, and that she won't keep having sex with him. Next, Don obviously has a problem with his ego because while him and Lily were in their limo, he wanted to know why she was down by the cabin. Then he was like, "You better answer me, woman. You came to see him, didn't you?" So Lily tells Don that she doesn't have to answer him because she just doesn't want to. Then she turns it back on Donald by talking about his little boyfriend, Kyle. Now, the reason why I'm saying that Don must have an ego problem is because before he got in the limo, he was doing the same thing to Kyle, right? He was asking him what Dale was doing at the White House and telling Kyle that he better not ever see Dale there again. Now, of course, Kyle has no idea why Dale was at the White House, but to screw with Don, he tells him that he invited Dale there, right? But anyway, I can understand why Don would be so upset about Dale, but why does he care about Lily? What do you care about what she does or who she's screwing? You don't want her. Not only that, you're gay, so she's definitely not your taste, right? So what are you so bothered for? And this is also the thing that I need them to clear up, right, guys? Is Don bisexual or just gay? But even if he is bisexual, he's shown no interest in Lily whatsoever. So now that she's getting it in with somebody else, he all of a sudden cares? So for me, the answer is obviously no, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about her. He's just possessive. That's his wife, and he wants that kind of control. And I feel like that's all that is. Next, Richard, Sharon, and Dale are on their way to the Raku compound, and Dale asks if they think they should let the sheriff know that they're headed to the compound. So Sharon was like, "Are they dangerous?" And Dale says, "I've heard stories of people going missing and kids being trafficked." So Richard is, of course, disturbed, and he can't understand why anyone would want to join the Raku. And Dale says, "Well, if any of these people come from where I come from, they'll take any sign of hope." And that's when Richard says, "What happened to turning to God?" So after Dale shares his story about how his parents preached fire and brimstone to him and told him that God hated him because he was gay, Richard tells him not to let a hellfire and brimstone situation separate him from the love of God. Richard tells Dale that God loves us all. And I was like, finally, okay, because I haven't heard a positive message in a while, okay, Mr. TP? Just nonstop drama, all right? Anyway, so Dale then says, "Well, I hope God meets us here if we're not going to the sheriff's station." Next, nosy Jody calls Nancy to tell her that Priscilla is outside just sitting in her car. So Nancy calls her and tells her to come in. So Priscilla goes in and sits down with Nancy and tells her that Sam is cheating on her with an agent at work. And of course, she had to tell Nancy all these things because Nancy wanted to know all the details, okay? She was being like nosy Jody, her daggone self. But before that, Priscilla asked Nancy how things were going with her and Richard, and Nancy let her know that things were not good. So Priscilla was like, he's still not able to get past it, huh? And Nancy says no. So Priscilla says, well, can you blame him? Because that is a lot. And Nancy was like, I know, but it was so long ago, and I'm not that same little girl. And my thing is, you may not be that same little girl, but you became a woman who harbored a secret for years and years, right? You were living a whole lie, walking around acting like you were the perfect wife, knowing you had this devastating secret. And, I've said this before, guys. So to me, that's a whole lot worse than the initial mistake. Because if you put yourself in Richard's shoes, how can you trust someone like that ever again? It's a lot, like Priscilla said, okay? And I'm glad that Priscilla finally told her friend that what she put Richard through ain't easy, okay? Because remember, in last week's video, I was saying that Priscilla needs to stop being biased. Either tell Nancy the truth about how she messed up or don't say anything at all, just be that listening ear. Anyway, back to Priscilla. I felt bad when she started crying about her situation with Sam. It's just really messed up, of course, right? But when Priscilla tells Nancy that the only person she could reach out to for help is a man named General Martin, Nancy tells her to be careful with that. She tells Priscilla that Richard looks up to the General Martin as well, and they want him to see them as heroes. Nancy says that Richard told her that if the general knew bad things about them, meaning Sam and Richard, then he could destroy them because he's so powerful. So Priscilla says, well, I have to talk to him. And I'm just like, here we go, guys, with the mention of another powerful person, okay? We have Victoria's father, whom we've never met, right? We heard Don mention the 5 families that control everything, but haven't got a cameo from none of them either, right? So my question now is, are we going to meet this guy, General Martin? I definitely want to know this, okay? Because I am getting a little tired of the mention of these powerful people and no cameo. It's almost like they're just these powerful forces that they get mentioned for the heck of the storyline, I guess, and then it just doesn't go anywhere. But to me, that's not enough. Next, Lilly calls Bobby, and she's so relieved to hear his voice because she thought he was dead. Anyway, she tells Bobby that she went to the cabin and it's blown to pieces, and the president was there gloating about it. Then she tells Bobby that she's going to send him a picture of it, but Bobby says, no, don't. So Lilly tries to send the picture anyway, and the phone gets disconnected. And we find out that Blakely is the one who disconnected it. She comes into the room and tells Bobby no more phones and to get rid of it. And I actually feel like this might be a good thing, right? Because Lilly is just too stupid for all of this. She's going to mess around and get Bobby killed because she's not discreet at all. Next, creepy Jason shows Victoria that Hunter is on the news and he's with Ellie. So Victoria had no idea that Hunter would be where he was because it wasn't on the schedule. So I'm definitely going to skip over the back and forth between Victoria and Jason where she keeps telling him to go to his room, and he finally goes after telling her that her breath is hot. And it was like, okay, that was pointless. And was her breath really that strong because she wasn't even in his face? Anyway, next, Richard, Dale, and Sharon get to the compound, and one of the guys at the gate, Manny, tells Richard that there's no Barry or Ruth there. So after Richard tries to get the guy to understand that he needs to find his son and his granddaughter and that Ruth took her, Manny tells Richard that he really needs to leave. So Richard does the dumbest thing and tells Manny that he'll leave, but he'll be back with enforcements and that he works at the White House, guys. And I was like, wow, why the heck would you do that, Richard? And you would think that with Richard being a military man, he would know better than to tell this guy his plans, okay? You never let the enemy know your plans. Anyway, so Richard leaves and Daikon comes out and Manny tells him what's going on. So now the plan is to get Barry and Callie out of there, okay? And they're going to go talk to Ruth. Next, Victoria goes to see Alan and she wants to see the itinerary even though he's not supposed to share this information. So Victoria tells Alan that he should be more concerned about his girlfriend. She then tells him that he's useless and that if he were half a man, he would grab Ellie by the throat and threaten her within an inch of her life. Then she tells him to keep Ellie away from her husband. So Alan seemed more concerned with keeping his job in this moment, but who knows what kind of violent or murderous seeds Victoria just planted in his mind, okay, guys? Next, Bobby tells Max that his plan is to assassinate the president, but Max says that Blakely has another plan which won't have them end up in the electric chair. And to be honest, guys, I really, really hope that Hunter gets assassinated, okay? I'm just tired of his character, and I'm tired of him doing bad things and getting away with it. Also, please don't be surprised if I stop talking about the scenes that Hunter is in, because I just can't do it anymore, okay, guys? But I am going to play it by ear. Okay, next we get to the last scene where Richard and the crew are driving away from the compound, and they obviously haven't gotten far because Richard notices that the Raku van is coming up behind them, and it's pretty fast and close, and he tells them to put their seatbelts on. So the van is now literally on top of them. Okay, and it causes Richard's truck to spiral out of control and flip over a few freaking times. And this is a pretty bad accident, guys, all right? And at this point, I'm wondering if any of them will die. I don't think Richard or Sharon will die. I do think Dell is a possibility, but one thing that I think will happen for sure is that Sharon will lose her baby. And I honestly don't want that to happen, but that's the biggest probability over everything else. All right, guys, that's how the episode ended, and that's the video for today. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, you guys take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.